Hello and welcome to the Riser Virtual Cheese Awards 2025, showcasing the best of British cheese. I'm Danielle Tingey and I'm going to be moderating this session. And today we're going to be testing the Creamery Vintage Cheddar category. And I'm joined by two esteemed cheese experts, Nicola and Terry.
Hi, I'm Nicola. I'm a full-time grader for Newer Foods. I've been in the industry now for around 7 years, and I've done a lot of judging, events. Um, so yeah, everything cheese.
Hi, I'm Terry. I've been in the industry for about 50 years. I know most of the cheesemakers in the UK, and I've been lucky enough to travel around the world visiting various cheesemakers. I'm now retired, and I've come back for this very special cheese judging session in the Virtual Cheese Awards.
And thank you for doing so. Thank you both for joining us. So we're going to be using a points-based system for judging the cheese. We're going to be focusing on appearance, aroma, texture, and flavour. And we're going to be giving the cheese a potential of 10 points per category. The winning cheese is naturally the one with the most points, and it's going to go through to the best of category stage finals, which take place on Tuesday, the 10th of June, so a couple of weeks' time. Now we've got one cheese in this category to take a look at. That is number, let me get my number in front of me. So 1153.
So as soon as I opened it, we have got a really sort of sweet caramel aroma coming through.
Okay.
Really caramel. There is a really nice sort of golden colour to the paste there, a little bit of moisture on the surface, but that's probably from the packaging. Some lactate visible and some fractures coming through there, so a little bit of openness, but to be perfectly expected from this type of cheese, and lactate on the end there as well.
Yeah, it's a nice colour, rich golden colour. Uniform, it's not mottled, some nice crunchy crystals in there, which you'd expect for a vintage cheese. But yeah, it's a nice looking piece of Creamery vintage cheddar. Aroma wise, it's quite sweet and nutty, clean, no off flavours or taints.
What about you, Nicola? What are you getting?
Yeah, so a really sort of sweet caramel on that one. On the aroma there, I've cut some bits off, and there's a real flintiness going on, which is exactly what you'd expect. Really, just really sweet going on there. Melts down really nicely.
Mm.
A real nice complexity going on there. Really, really sweet. But I've got a few sort of, again, beefy notes coming through there, a bit of savoury coming through.
Yeah, the texture, I mean, I'm getting the nice creamy, crunchy bits in it, which is very attractive these days. People like a nice crunchy cheddar. So it's certainly got nice calcium lactate crystals.
Very Moorish.
It is very Moorish, yeah.
Very Moorish.
It's got very complex flavours, you know, lots of things going on the palate.
I've got a sort of bit of fruitiness coming on, a bit of red wine coming through there. A really good length on it as well. Like, it's still not leaving me. That's not leaving me anytime soon.
Yeah, it is very Moorish kind of cheese. You'll go back again and again on the cheese board. So it's probably got broad appeal, you know, people who like strong cheese, flavoursome cheese. But it's not very acidic, which is good. Sometimes you get overpowering acid. But that's very a very generically nice, complex flavours, sweet, nutty, and a nice depth of flavour.
That's what I was going to say on that one. I was like, sometimes you can have them being like too sharp and it's all strength and no flavour, whereas this is the complete opposite. It's all flavour. You've got so much complexity, so much depth, and so much length on that finish as well, and still depth going on there, which then is your strength instead of just sharpness. So that's really, really nice to see. Yeah, there's really, really good flavour going on there.
Yeah, so ready for scoring.
Hit me then. What are you going to give it out of 10 for appearance?
Well, appearance, I would say a 9. Nothing wrong with it. Maybe 9.5. It's a very good cheese.
Yeah, I completely agree, to be honest. 9.5 is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's exactly what you'd expect to see. Say a few small breaks and cracks in there, lactate going on. Yeah, 9.5.
And what about the aroma?
Aroma, I thought it was very nice. When I opened the pack, I got those. You knew that it was going to be quite a flavoursome cheese because I was picking up the sweet, honey, nutty notes. Again, nothing bad there. No off flavours. Nothing that shouldn't be there. Very good. Again, I would go for 9.5.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nick, would you agree?
The scent hits you as soon as you've opened the pack and stays with you. It doesn't just go. It's a really enticing aroma. You want to eat it.
And what about texture? What are we going to score texture?
Texture, well, I'd go for the same because these days you pay quite a lot for crunchy cheese. A lot of companies now are producing nice lactate crunchy bits in the cheese, and that's certainly got them, even though the texture retains the creaminess, the butteriness, but it still has those crunchy bits in it. So lots going on, really. Again, I would say 9.5.
Yeah, I completely agree. It holds its own. It's still flinty, as you'd expect from this type of cheese, but then when you put it in, it starts melting down. It really does melt and coats the mouth really nicely.
Okay, and then final score category then for flavour.
I'm going for a 10 because I like it.
Wow.
I keep going back for more and more. So
yeah, I mean, I've broke probably about a quarter off there and had all of it, so I can't disagree, can I?
Yeah, but it's got lots going on and there's a real depth about it. It's a bit like a rich red wine, if you like, that isn't powerful, but it's very this depth of flavour, which is what that has.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. You've got so much complexity, so much depth, so many different flavours going on. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, so that's a 10 agreed. So a worthy cheese to be going through to the next round. Despite having no competition, it sounds as though it would have been able to deal with the competition anyway. In that sense,
it's only one cheese, but it was a very worthy winner, and I'm sure it would have beaten any other cheese that was in there. So it was a pleasure to see it anyway. Very
good. Okay, so yep, the natural winner of that category then is cheese number 1153, but by all accounts, a very, very worthy winner that held its own regardless. We need to say thank you to Butlers for the aprons. Thank you to Millers for becoming our cracker sponsor and providing the charcoal and the damsel crackers. And thank you very much, judges, for all of your opinions today and your scoring. And we just need to remind everybody that the category finals are on the 10th of June, and then the grand final is on the 11th June, where the very best British cheeses will be awarded, together with the Supreme Champion 2025. Thank you again. You have been watching the Riser Virtual Cheese Awards 2025, where we have just voted on the Creamery Vintage Cheddar. Thank you very much, judges.
Thank you.